Good evening, everyone. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Awesome, thank you. Welcome. My name is Amber Livesey. For those of you that are new to our team, I never want to take for granted that everyone that hops on these calls are just going to know what's going on. So let me give you guys a little bit of information, and then we're going to dive right into this call. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, my name is Amber Livesey. I'm part of your Diamond Upline. Hopefully, if you've been added to our team, you've been added to the Sparkling Slim Sisters team page. That page is run by me and my sister, Jana Hooten. We're both Diamond Ambassadors with Plexus, and super, super blessed by what this company has done for us and for our families. And love having these team calls. We are spread out all over the country. And this Zoom helps bring us all together where we can have a time together. We kind of consider ourselves family. So if you didn't know what you were getting roped into, you do now. We will love you like family, and gives us a time to come together and just learn more about this awesome thing called Plexus. So let me just give you a few details about Zoom. If this is your very first Zoom call, down in the bottom left corner, there's a button that says mute or unmute. I have everyone muted right now, and that's going to help keep down on all the background noise. If at any time you need to unmute, just click that unmute button. We may take some questions at the end, and if you need to unmute to ask your question, that's fine. And then also right next to that button is a video camera, and that turns off and on your camera. So you can see me and I can see you. And I love being able to see your faces for these calls. I'm telling you, and Amy will agree with me on this, it is so much better when you're doing a call and you see people looking back at you rather than just a bunch of gray boxes. I talk to myself enough in life in general, so I don't need to do it on these calls. So I love being able to see your faces, but if for some reason you need to turn that feature off, just hit that video camera down there. So I'm super excited about our call tonight. We're going to get to that in just 1 second. Let me talk to you guys for like maybe 2 minutes. I see so many familiar faces on this call, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of y'all just for the hard work that you put into our team, for loving me, for loving Jana, for loving our family. And I want to tell you guys, and if y'all don't know what I'm talking about with what I'm about to say, let me finish, I'll explain it. I want to straight up tell each and every one of you, we're ready to get back to work. I'm ready to get back to work. I had to take some time, but I'm ready. And I'm ready to do everything that I can to help each and every one of y'all achieve your goals. Our family suffered tremendous loss this year when my sister's daughter, Allie, passed away. And so that's why my sister is still taking that time to grieve, and I've told her to take as much time as she wants. If she never works her business again a day in her life, I think we'll all understand. But I want you guys to know I'm ready to lead this team. We had a team call last week, and then I did some coaching calls this week. I'm doing some more next week. So anything you guys need, I'm here for y'all. And I want you to feel free. Some of y'all will message me and say, I'm so sorry to bother you. I promise you're not bothering me. I want to help you guys. Like I said, my sister and I are both diamonds in this company, but that's not good enough for us. We want to see each and every one of y'all reach that same diamond goal. And I hope each of you have that goal. To be a diamond in this company. If you're new to Plexus, diamond is the top of the company. And so that kind of is a nice segue into me introducing our speaker tonight, who is also a diamond ambassador. She is not only a diamond ambassador, but so is her husband, Eric, okay? How many of y'all have ever been told, I would join you with Plexus, but I don't have the time to do that? Do you like my voice? How many of y'all have ever been told that? I don't have the time for this business. Y'all, you are about to hear from a lady who is mother to 7 children. No one can say You don't have the time to do this once you hear from Amy Paul. She and her husband have both reached the top of this company. And I told Amy, our team collectively, we need some motivation, we need some encouragement, but we also maybe need a good swift kick in the hiney, to really force us to do some things maybe we don't always want to do. So she may be coming at us with a little bit of tough love, and that's for you as much as it is for me, okay? Amy, I am so blessed by you and by your friendship. I've asked her to speak for whatever she wants to speak on for the next few minutes, and then we're going to get into some questions. Let me open us up in a word of prayer, and then Amy, it's all you. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this time to come together with our team. I thank you so much for these people who truly are like family. Lord, I thank you for Amy, for Eric, for their awesome family, Lord, for how they strive to put you first in everything that they do. And I just pray for her as she speaks to us, Lord. Allow us just to hear from you and to hear the words we need to hear to continue to grow our Plexus businesses. In your name, amen.
Amen. Wow, thank you, Amber. That was sweet. I love y'all's leaders. I love them so much. So I was so happy when she asked me to come do a team call, and it's crazy because I don't think I've done one of these in over a month. And I used to do team calls every night of the week almost. I was slam packed. But just trying to, get everything situated with our house, our new home, and traveling. There was so much traveling the past couple of months that I took some time off. And taking time off is always a good thing. But you've always heard the saying, you can't work this kind of business a couple of days a week, work part-time, not just sometimes. You can't choose the days you want to work and then post on Monday and then don't post again for a week or two. People are going to think that you're not consistent, that you don't care about your business. And that is what a little bit I'm going to talk to you about. If you don't know my story, I'm originally from the island of Kauai, started Texas there, grew my whole business there. So did my husband. We love Hawaii, but it's a small, tiny island. So if you live in a tiny town, that's no excuse. We did it on an island. We go to Costco and know everybody at the cash register, and on that island now there's three there. I was a diamond, my husband, Brooke Hemingway's a diamond, and then there's several jewels now on Kauai. So there is no excuse about being in a small town. You don't need a ton of people on your team. You just need a few really good people on your team, okay? You need people to see the vision like you do. Because you're taking time out of your busy night to get on this call, that means you care. That means you actually are putting forth the effort to do this business. If you hear crickets, that's okay, so do I. But I'm still reaching out. Guys, I've been in this company, this is my 3-year month anniversary. I signed up in November. I actually signed up in April, but I didn't post about the business until November when they were doing an iPad giveaway. You had to get 3 customers and 3 ambassadors. And I was like, okay, I'm done, with my pride and caring what other people think. I was one of those people that thought, everyone at church is coming up to me to sell their makeup or their Pampered Chef or their whatever. And I was like, I don't have money. I'm on a Dave Ramsey budget. I can't afford your stuff. And so I would avoid people because I knew I was going to get invited to a party. But I trusted my friends, signed up for Plexus. And guys, I don't have to be compliant because we're on this call, but I got off an antidepressant that I've been on for 10 years. I had irritable bowel syndrome since I was a little girl. I remember everything messing my stomach up. I was chronically fatigued. I napped every day and lived off of coffee. Okay, so it changed my life. I haven't had a sinus infection since I started Plexus. I used to get sinus infections every year. So these products work, but I was so scared and fearful about what other people were going to think of me. I don't care now. No one laughs at me now. That's what I tell people. No one's laughing at Eric and I now, but you know what? I have grown so much in my Christian walk as a mom, as a wife, as a leader in all areas of my life by putting that fear aside of what other people think of me, okay? That is the key right there. You have to realize that the people on this call, look around, friend them. Those are your cheerleaders. Those are your new friends. Those are your family members because they want what you want for yourself. They're cheering you on. They're not the naysayers, okay? If you can learn to think outside the box and realize that what we've been told is okay in society might not be okay. Maybe God has a bigger plan for you, but you're too afraid to step out in faith and go after it. Okay, that was me. I'm just telling you straight out. I was that way. I was so nervous. I have my master's degree. I served in the military for 7.5 years. I have 7 kids. I tell people I have the extreme gene. When I posted on Facebook, I was like, okay, well, I'm out there, so I'm going after this full bore. I was not afraid of failure. I knew I wasn't going to fail. So literally, guys, I don't remember a time ever in my career thinking I wasn't going to be a diamond or I was going to fail. I just knew I was going to the top because I said I was going to the top. So I want y'all to learn the difference in somebody like me and maybe somebody like you that's thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do that gold for a year, 2 years, and I just don't know if this is for me. Maybe this isn't what God wants for me. All of those thoughts that you're thinking are what's keeping you are, okay? There is no reason for you to fail. You are going to go to the top of this company. If I can do it, if Amber can do it, if all of these people can do it, so can you. There is no difference between us, okay? It's just you have to trust yourself. Okay, you have to realize that all of those people are watching you. They're watching to see if Terry is going to quit or Rachel is going to quit or, is she going to go sell shampoo next week or is she going to go sell makeup next week? No one is going to follow you to that company either, because what happens is you hit this lid. If y'all heard about the law of the lid, read John Maxwell's book. Amazing. Okay. You get to a point as a leader where you have to grow. And that hit me when I was a senior Ruby. So I went silver, gold, senior gold. I double ranked through senior Ruby and I sat there for 5 months before I hit emerald. And I tell people I stalled out, if that's what you want to call it, because I started looking backwards. What were all of my people doing? Why were they not working as hard as me? And I started wondering, if I could just get Katie to work, if I could just get Rachel to work, then I would go to the top of this company. When I realized I needed to be my own rock star. If you are not signing 3 people a month, then you need to seriously sit down and focus. That needs to be your goal. If you are not bringing new people into your business, if you're not offering people this opportunity and telling them about these amazing products, then you're not going to move forward in your business, because usually more people fall off. 80% of people do not work. Statistically, that's proven. 20% of people are like the hard workers. Those are the people you're working for. So if you're statistically dropping more people than you're gaining, then your business is not going to move forward. So you have to be signing people up. You want to know what? I literally think that I have signed up every single person I know, have ever been friends with, or whatever. Literally like 6 months ago, I was like, I don't have anyone left. Like, I've contacted everyone, everybody's on my team, and I have no one else. I could post on social media. I could say I was giving away a free bag of Slim. 0 comments except Plexus investors. 0. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? I had to go back to the basics. I had to find a network, right? My network is already doing Plexus or tried it. And, now I have to find a new network. How you find that is you have to be active in meeting people. Either that's a Facebook group or that's out and about. But if you are not adding, I would say 25 new people to your social media accounts a month, then you are not going to move forward. If I add, that's my goal every month, is to add 25 people to my Facebook feed. That's why I did like a thing the other day asking people to follow me, because I don't have many friend requests left, but 25 people a month. If they are seeing my post about my cute little kids, my animals, this opportunity, they're going to wonder what I'm doing. Why are they going to look at my feed? I don't know if any of y'all look at my feed, but I'm attraction marketing. I am showing a life and a lifestyle that other people are like, how is she doing this with 7 kids? How is she traveling to New York with a 14-year-old daughter? How is she doing this? I'm attraction marketing, because what you can't get people back is time. Right? That's what we always talk about. How do I have so many doctors on my team? Because they want time. Guys, it took me 1 year to sign up Brooke Hemingway. Everyone knows who she is if you've been in the company. She's amazing. A whole year of her telling me, no, 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 no. And I mean, you can go back and look at our messages. It's like 10 times, 8 to 10 times of her saying no. And I just knew that I could get her, that I would go to the top very quickly. I signed her under Eric, and he went senior gold to diamond in 5 months. 5 months. So if you're a senior gold on this call, you could be exactly where we were. Eric was sitting at senior gold, and we were like, wow, this is going to take a while. Like, we got to find some people because the island is getting small. Like, we were just like thinking, all those thoughts that go through your head. And then we signed up somebody at the county fair. Do not give up on vendor events. We signed somebody up at the county fair. We signed up another girl that I've been prospecting. She's a jewel also. Ann Brooke, same month. 3 rock stars, same month. 5 months he went to diamond. So am I more special than you? Do I have something that you don't have? No. I just got extremely blessed. Really, that's what happened. It just was a perfect storm all at once. 2 people I've been prospecting for over a year. Now, what if I would have given up? Now, I want y'all to think, this is what I did. When I first started Plexus, I wrote on board. I said that I wanted to make $10,000 a month. That was my goal, $10,000 a month. And we had it all projected out how I was going to be an Emerald ambassador. Now, I want y'all to think about that. If you never go past Emerald, if you sit at Emerald, it takes you 10 years to get to Emerald. We're set to have our largest growth the next 3 years, okay? So you're already on this rocket ship, right? Everybody's looking for gut health. Every commercial you turn is gut health, gut health, gut health. We're holistic. We're on the forefront of everything. Plexus is going to explode in the next 3 years, okay? So hang on. So just think about that. If you are 8-10 years it takes you to get to Emerald, are you going to complain about $10,000 a month? Because I know that I could have stayed in the military 20 years and I never would have made that money. I could have gotten out and gotten a regular job, and I might be making that much a month, but I would still be getting in a car, driving to my job, missing out on my kids, all the stuff that I don't miss out on now. Does that make sense? So stop thinking, well, I'm not a diamond yet. I'm not a diamond yet. Be content as a gold. Content as a silver. But then as you're content, I still want to feel fire on your back. I never felt like, oh, okay, I'm a silver. I'm just going to hang out here. You shouldn't be hanging out at any rank, okay? You should be pushing, pushing, pushing. I'm not saying neglect your family, neglect anybody or anything like that. Take care of your priorities, talk to your shareholders, but you need to be doing this business. Wake up a little earlier. I didn't watch Netflix for over a year. I didn't watch a movie for over a year. My husband would come home at 6 o'clock from working, and I would like literally pop his hand, like high five him. I'm out the door. I was out the door doing parties 3 times a week when I was in Kauai. That's how I went quick. So we're going to talk, I'll tell you how I went very quickly and what worked for me. So if you're local, if you have a local team, even if you have 1 person, 2 people, you start with that person and you say, hey, Gloria and Frank, I want y'all to get 3 to 5 people to your house Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I'm coming to talk about Plexus. Can you make that happen? And they say, I don't know, that's our grandkids' soccer game. Okay, Wednesday at 5. I just keep pushing. Do you hear that? Because they're going to be nervous. They're going to be thinking, is my house clean? Do I have to set up hors d'oeuvres? Who's going to come? Like, who's going to come? Who cares? 1 person is worth it. And it's just getting out of your comfort zone and doing it and figuring it out. It's not scary. Okay, so now Gloria and Frank have 3 people show up at their house, Rachel, Kitty, and Julie. And they're there, and I am sitting on the couch with the products on the coffee table talking. I'm explaining the Fab Four in my story. I'm not weird. I'm a normal mom. Hey, I have 7 kids. Never thought I'd do network marketing. I'm relating to them. I'm watching them and their, facial expressions to see if they're getting me or if I'm losing them. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People. That will help you a lot. But anyways, you're doing this party. Let's say Rachel signs up. Usually I have 100% sign up, guys, because people will get it. They'll be like, yeah, I'm tired. Oh, yeah, I'm on diabetes meds. Oh, I'm on thyroid meds. I'm on anxiety meds. People start talking. They'll say, I'll try it. So I have a computer right there, and I'm like, okay, so Rachel, let's sign you up first, and I'm turning the computer. Katie, you're going to go right after Rachel. Now, I want y'all to be thinking of who you're going to do this with, because, girls, we're going to get you 3 people, get your products paid for. You're going to hit the first rank of silver. Easy. I'm going to do it for you because this is awkward. Nobody really knows how to do it, but I want to help you, earn a few extra bucks for the holiday season. Does that work for you? And then I say, okay, Rachel, hand me your phone. Rachel's going to hand me your phone. I'm going to say, smile. and she's going to hold the bag of Slim, and I'm going to, on Rachel's phone, write, so excited to start these natural supplements my friend Amy told me about. She had better X, Y, and Z. Who wants to try it with me? Send. Rachel says, I want a testimony first. Amy, I just met you at this party. Like, I don't want to post about this. I don't even know if it'll work. Rachel, girl, like blood sugar and inflammation affect 100% of people. You understand that, right? So what I'm asking you to write is you're so excited to try this. So who wants to do it with me? You're not giving it an awesome endorsement. You're just saying, who wants to do it with me? And so guys, that is the technique I used, and that is how I grew my business extremely fast. So now Gloria has Rachel, Katie, and Julie as her ambassadors. I pull out my calendar and I say, okay, Katie, Julie, Rachel, what days work next week to get 3 to 5 people to your house? Okay, that is my duplicatable steps. I did that over and over and over when I first got started. If you don't have teams local, do it through a Zoom. And guys, remember, you're working with every level. I knew every line in my back office as an Emerald Ambassador. I knew and what products they were taking and what their story was, because I knew that I needed to be in control of the situation, because people might not work it like I do. Okay. So it's okay to take control of your situation, and it's okay to reach down to other levels and say, hey, Katie, I know you're under Amber, but I was just wondering, how are you doing on the products? You know, I was able to get off an antidepressant. I see you're a mama of 2 little girls. How do you feel? I mean, you can talk to people and form relationships with them. The key to this business is relationship marketing. You have to care about people. If you do not care about people, you will not be successful, because people will see through you. So get them to post on social media. And guys, Amber will ask me some questions, but really, because I don't know what time it is, and she has some like 5 or 6 questions for me. I don't want to keep y'all forever. And I literally could talk Plexus all night. But I want y'all to realize that Eric and I going diamond was never a second thought in my mind. I didn't have a backup plan. There wasn't a plan B. There was, I'm going to retire my husband. How am I going to make that happen? And how can I do it as quick as possible? So when you have that mindset, you're okay with sacrificing a little bit. Your kids will be okay with sacrificing a little bit, okay? Your kids, if you just make this fun, if you celebrate every victory with them, but do not get down on yourself, okay? This is a hard time in Plexus right now, but it's also a good time, because we're doing this back office changeover. Guys, I went through the last back office changeover. I'm still here. I'm still doing great. I went straight to the top during the last back office changeover. So don't worry about it. Don't freak out if 1 or 2 people are messaging you. It is not the end of the world. I can promise you that if you just like don't answer somebody's messages for 24 hours, they'll probably figure it out on their own, or they won't freak out, okay? It's not that big a deal, okay? So let the stress off of you. Just know that if you're experiencing this back office switchover, it's a good thing, because we are going to have the most explosive growth ever, and you get to be a part of this. That is why it's exciting, because most people never get this opportunity to be on a ground floor company. Never. Do you know any network companies every year? Lots of them. And we are still here, and we're still going to like have the biggest growth in the next 3 years. Amazing. Amber, ask me those questions.
Okay, hold on. I've got to say a few things real quick about what you just talked about, because it's like, whew, it was so, so, so good. This is something I want for everyone to make sure you're getting. I'm sitting here listening to Amy, and I'm thinking in my head, please don't ever stop talking. I could listen to you talk all night long about Plexus, about your family, about the Lord, about anything that you're passionate about. Do you guys hear the passion behind her voice? Do y'all hear that? And this is something we talk about in our team a lot. And maybe we've talked about it so much that it almost goes in one ear and out the other. But you guys, she's so excited about Plexus. 3 years in, she's so excited about Plexus. It's all about that passion, y'all. That's why we talk about talking to people and letting people hear you, because passion has a voice. Can you imagine if Amy had just said all the exact same words, but she just typed them out and sent them to us, and I posted it on our team page, that would be so much less effective reading it. Let people hear you. Let people hear what you're saying and be excited. For some, and this is going to sound weird, that's going to take practice, practicing your voice tones, practicing how you sound, practicing to make sure that what you're saying is really coming off the way you're meaning it in your head. Okay, because sometimes we think we're doing one thing in our head and then we hear it out loud. Have you ever heard yourself talk on video or something and you're going, oh, I really sound like that? It's because you're not really hearing yourself. So practice with someone. Get on a Zoom call and practice with your upline. Practice with your sidelines, okay? What I mean by practice is practice presenting the business and the products like you currently are, and then listen to their feedback. And if they tell you, hey, maybe tweak this, maybe change that, you need to sound more excited. You need to sound more, I love how Amy said, they listened to me, I was normal. Maybe your people will say, you need to sound a little more normal. Maybe you sound too robotic or something, but listen to their feedback and take it. I'm just listening to you going, oh my gosh, it's just like positivity is just coming off the screen as you talk. And I also wanted to point out one other thing. Did y'all hear her say she was here through the last back office changeover? Anyone else experienced that with me and Amy? Yes. And we're all still here. We all made it. This one is going so much better. Praise Jesus. And I knew that it would. I knew that our executives were going to do it right. But did you hear what she said? That she skyrocketed to the top during that last back office changeover. And she would have had to if she said this is her third year anniversary. You know what that I wrote down when she said that was no excuses. There's no excuses that I'm going to say, oh, well, this is why my team isn't growing. Well, this is why I'm not adding people. It's this, it's that, it's the other. No, it's no excuses. And I think that maybe once you have those two things, the passion and the positivity plus the no excuses, there's no stopping you. Okay, that's when you're headed toward that diamond all the way. So Amy, thank you so much. I seriously, our calls normally go for about an hour, but if after the questions, if you want to talk for like 6 more hours, I'll hang in with you. I don't know if everyone will, but I definitely will. It'll be like 3 a.m. Our husbands are like, what are you doing? Okay. So I asked you guys for some questions for Amy and I got a ton of them. So I picked what I thought were the very best ones. Okay. I love this question. Amy Triplett asked this. She says, pretend I am your newest ambassador and I want to go fast start gold. I made a list of my 100 people and I'm ready to reach out, but I'm not sure what to say or what to do. How do you help me?
So if somebody's trying to fast start gold and they have their list of 100, I say, okay, now let's send them messages. Let's get lots of 3-way messages going. And then do the Zoom. So you can do a Zoom, you can do 3-way messages, you can do phone calls, but you need to be actively working that list all the way down. So, I mean, again, if they're new, they're just signing up, obviously posting on social media is going to be huge too, because they have a network that's never heard of it, or a few people that have heard of it, but they have all those people to reach out to. So, and always start with the opportunity, guys. I know that sounds crazy, but I start with the opportunity pretty much, I think 100% of the time, because I know the products work and they're amazing. So I always tell people, oh yeah, you got to try these products are amazing, 3 to 6 months. And who are 3 people that you know that would do this with you? And so when they're trying to fast start gold, you're just bringing people up in their mind. Who do you know that has diabetes right now? Who do you know that has anxiety? How can we get them on a call? How can we do a Zoom? And you're just trying to get, it's all about action. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about action. You can talk all day about this. You can make lists all day. You just need to go do. Does that make sense? Like we always, we post on Facebook twice a day and then we're done. And we get on the team pages and we look and, we do this and we do that. It's all busy work. Guys, you should be getting on the team pages to learn and grow, but you have to have action. When you have action, think of how excited y'all get when you sign somebody up. You get super excited and you're like, oh, okay, and then you want to do it again. But lots of people get bogged down with making all these lists and doing all this stuff. Just go do. You know people, talk to them, enroll them, and get them going on the products with the same easy. This is not hard. I don't have some magic system. Brooke Hemingway does a magic system. Amber doesn't have a magic system. We all do the same thing. We sign people up. We get them going. This is what I do. I talk to people on the phone every day, pretty much. If I see potential in them, when I signed Brooke up, she was at my house. I was at her house. I was on the phone with her almost every day, every other day. Who do you know? Who can we call? She had 120 Facebook friends. That's it. I was like, what am I going to do with this? Like, we need to expand your network, open it up, and she was coachable. She said, okay, let's do it. Friend everybody you know. Now, when are we going to do it? We got to get a get together at your house. So she went very fast because I linked arms with her and she trusted me. You have to just tell people what to do. I'm not saying be bossy. Like, some people come across way too bossy. Feel them out, but everyone's uncomfortable. This is a scary thing. Network marketing is sort of scary. So you just hold their hand in the beginning and then you let them go. So I don't know. Did that answer that?
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I love that. Notice she said hold their hand in the beginning and then you let them go. Don't hold their hand for too long. I love that. Okay, next question. What do you say to someone on your team that does what you say to do? They do all the right things, but they aren't getting the results.
So they need to work on their influence, because that is huge. If you have no influence, I know that sounds sad. Like, you're like, oh, I just don't have any influence. But when you can be real with yourself and you can think, I just don't really have that much influence. So how am I going to improve myself? Maybe you just need to join groups where you can have influence over people. So your Bible study groups. Maybe you want to join like a crochet group, a sewing group, whatever it is. But you have to expand your network. You have to look at your Facebook post and see if they're engaging. Like, would you want to follow you? Are you boring? You have to for a while I was buying new animals every week and I was like, I got to stop that. It's not fun anymore. I'm buying all these animals. So you have to just think, what is drawing your people to you? Why are they watching you? Are you providing value to their life? And if you're not providing value, they're really not going to watch you. They're going to go to Instagram and look up people that have these amazing pictures. Don't y'all wonder how these people have thousands of Instagram followers? It's because their pictures are beautiful. They're posting, they could post a picture of just a coffee mug in their bottom lower half and say, I'm drinking this today. What are you? You have to engage with your audience and build your influence, because if you don't, you're just going to sort of stay where you are, and you don't want to be there. You want to be a dynamic leader that grows how God wants you to grow and not just be steady there. Does that make sense? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm telling you the best book.
So is that a book you would recommend for someone that needs to expand their influence?
Yeah, because they don't know. Others? Yeah, How to Win Friends and Influence People is just the best in all aspects of life, just because you can't. Obviously you're not going to have income producing activity with that, but you need to be expanding your network, because your current network is looking at you like you're not very fun. So make yourself more marketable. Even if you have to fake it a little bit. If you're an introvert and it's scary for you to post on social media, you're going to have to start posting more, twice a day. It doesn't have to be Plexus related. You can just, get your people coming in, watching you more, and then you can post Plexus too. If you go back and look at my feed, I don't know when the last time was I posted something Plexus.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, go ahead, Amy. Go ahead.
What? I was just going to say, I weaved it in New York. I have so much energy to run the streets because of Plexus, or, I'm able to do this because of Plexus. I weave Plexus into my life, but I don't make just straight Plexus posts anymore, because I feel like Plexus people like them and they steal them, and then you see them everywhere. Steal, we all borrow. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to attract more Plexus people, and neither do you. Okay? You're not making money off of Plexus people. They're already signed up. You need to go build relationships with the people that are not stuff under you. So if you're, I always say this, but if you're commenting on my stuff, I love it. Thank you. But don't comment on my stuff until after you've built relationships with non-Plexus people. Because you can spend all your day commenting on each other's stuff where you're like building relationships with sidelines instead of building relationships with your potentials.
Well, and I reference this a lot, you guys, but if you haven't yet watched the call that we did, it was probably this past June or July with Kayla Sandlin, who's a senior Ruby on our team. It's on my YouTube page. It's exactly what Amy's talking about. It's all about attraction marketing. It's all about not, and I hate this phrase, but it's all about not throwing up Plexus on people. I hate that, but there's not a better way to say it, and maybe that's a good thing. It's all about how to make people want what you have. So watch that call if you haven't yet. If you watched it back then, maybe it's time for a refresher to kind of figure out this attraction marketing thing. And Amy, I loved your trip to New York. I love New York. It's like my favorite place ever. But anyway.
Me too, I think.
Except maybe for Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this question. It's good. Compare your IPA, and for those of you that are new, that stands for income producing activity, your IPA as a new business builder to what it looks like now as a diamond.
Wow. So
I know, right?
So when I first started, like I said, I was on a small island by myself. My upline lived in Alaska. So that's another thing. Don't blame your upline. I have an amazing upline that we went to church there forever, but she's a green personality. I'm a red. If you don't know what that means, a green person's super detail oriented. I'm a red. Like, I'm a boss. Like, get out of my way. I don't care about your details. I don't care about the ingredients. Tell me what to do. And so her and I, like, we weren't speaking each other's language, even though she was my dear friend. So I was just like, I'm doing my own thing. And so I just started, Amy's a green. I know that just from knowing her, or a yellow. She's a green and a yellow, right? So anyways, we were like, we were not speaking the same language. And so I'm on Kauai by myself, and I'm just like, I'm going to do this business, Amber. Okay, so that what were you even asking me? Because now I'm like talking about green and red personalities. What was the question? You're muted.
I'm just over here waving my hands around. You can't even hear me. Talk about your IPA when you first started and then what it looks like now as a diamond.
So like I said, I was out of the house 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a week. I started an event in my town, I would do a Plexus monthly get together. First time, 3 people showed up. By the time I left there in a year, over 100 people were coming to my event. When my first event, so I would tell you, start regardless. I mean, I papered the whole island with free gift cards if they came, all of this stuff. 3 people showed up. I almost quit. I was like, this is horrible. 3 people. And then the next week or the next couple weeks I had more, and the next week I had more. So, and then, like I said, 100 people came to my events. 3 days a week out of the house, doing those parties, just like I talked about over and over, down level 4s, level 5s. I didn't care who it was. I was doing a get together. I was out of the house working my business, posting on social media, and I would reach out to people every single day. So I made my big long list of all of those people that I ever knew, and I would send them messages. Hey girl, and this is another thing I'll tell y'all. This is what my messages sound like. Now I send voice messages, and this is what I encourage my team to do. I go on rabbit trails, Amber. But this is what I encourage my team to do. Find a level 1 underneath you and do a power hour with them. We started doing these, I don't know, Bridget, Ryan, and I did our first one in Kauai together, and we were like, this is genius. Why don't we teach this to our teams? So what we did is we went to a coffee store, Bridget and I sat down with our 100 contact list, and we started going from the top to the bottom messaging them. When we got to that chiropractor, we didn't go, you know how you skip over people because you're like, oh no, they're too scary and this one's easier. And so we didn't skip over people. So what we would do is we would say things like this. Hey Amber, I know you see me blowing Facebook up with Plexus. I trust your opinion. I value you. I love you and your family so much. And there's this amazing opportunity. Literally, it cost me $35 to sign up. Best money I've ever spent. I would love to talk to you. You have 10 minutes this week. We could talk. Looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, so I'm confident. Now, a scary person, introvert. Oh, my goodness, Rachel, hear my voice shaking. I cannot believe I'm even sending you this message. I'm scared to death because I trust you so much, but I can't not tell you about this amazing. Would you please listen to what Eric and I are doing now? It'll only take me 10 minutes. Could I call you this week? Okay, I'm pushing send. Please don't hate me forever. I love you. Bye. Okay, that's a scary introverted person. A confident person does what I do. If you reach out to a man, you say, hey, Frank, oh my goodness, Eric and I are looking to expand our business in your area. When we thought of influential people, we thought of you. We know that you would love the opportunity in this business. Would you have 10 minutes this week? We could talk about the business. He's a man, right? So that is what you do. You just take your phone and you do it. Remember I said action? So that is what you're doing. You're just creating action. So that's what my income producing activity looks like now is I fit short power hours in when I can. I post on my team pages. But really, guys, when you get to be a diamond, why did I push so hard for 3 years? So I could sit back a little bit, right? So I could go to New York for a week with my daughter and not be stressed out or thinking, do I need to keep working for money? No, because like my team added 1,200 people last month and I only added 2 of those. So do you see how you're pushing that snowball right now as a silver and a gold? You're like, sign 3 people up. I remember, guys, I'm in a reentry position right now. So I'm almost a ruby. So I had to start at the beginning. Okay. And I had to go silver again. And I'm in this new town. I was like, oh, how do I go silver? Oh my goodness, I have to go silver. Okay. Well, then I need to have a get together at my house. I need to go out and about in town and friend all these people and put them on my Facebook feed so they can see my life. And I was back to the beginning again, because I'm working this reentry. So you have to do the hard work to be able to get to where Amber and I are, where you can sit back and enjoy the time freedom a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. And that's the beautiful thing about residual income. And let me also just add that, did y'all hear her say she's diamond and ruby? She's not stopping. She's not sitting back and just relaxing. She's still working, but she's also able to enjoy that residual income and take the trips and have the time and things like that. I love that. I didn't know you were ruby on your second leg. That's awesome.
No, I'm not yet. I'm senior gold. I'm almost ruby. I should go this month or next.
Yay.
But the thing is, like, Amber, to that point, like, I'm still working. It doesn't feel like work. Like when I was in New York, I'm on a plane sitting beside somebody and they're like, well, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work for this amazing health and wellness company. But before I usually say that, I barely talk about that because my whole goal is to get them on my Facebook feed. Because guys, it says it takes 8 to 10 times for somebody to hear about Plexus before they sign up. 8 to 10 times. Think about how many times you heard about it before you finally signed up. I cannot tell you, Eric and I, traveled the country for a year in the bus. If y'all didn't know, we're the bus people. And everywhere we went, we third-party validated everyone. I was like, they're like, oh my goodness, my friend sells this. And Eric and I are like, well, why would you not join their team? That makes 0 sense. You see what we're doing with our 7 kids? And they would go sign up. So it's almost like you talk about it and it just comes naturally because you love it so much. So you're just like, oh my goodness, you're struggling working 2 jobs and hardly seeing your husband, or you're this or that. You see people struggling so much. It breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart that I want everyone to know of a $35 opportunity that can change their life.
Well, and I think it's important to point out, guys, that we wouldn't be able to be this passionate about it. We wouldn't want this for everyone else if it wasn't for our products. We are a product-based company. Our products are what drive this. If we were marketing jewelry or makeup or leggings, for crying out loud, she wouldn't care to reach across the airplane aisle and have this conversation with someone. I can speak to that firsthand. If you know my story, you know I did network marketing before Plexus, and I was helping people's houses smell good. I never really got too excited about that. I don't care what your house smells like. I just really don't care what my house smells like. But with Plexus, it's so different because we have seen our products time and time and time again change people's lives. When your company trademarks the phrase, what if this could change everything? There's something to it. Okay. So again, it's all about that passion and letting people hear it. Sorry, I'm getting on a rabbit trail now. Okay. What tools, if any, do you send new ambassadors when they sign up? What is your personal process for when you sign a level 1? So you shared that with us a little bit when you're at an event, just, throwing the computer at them and getting them signed up right then and there. Let's pretend they're not right in front of you. What would you do? And then what would you send that new person that signs up?
So on the way to Hawaii this year, I met a couple on the plane, and she signed up 2 days ago, and she lives in Wisconsin, I think. And so I didn't let her sign up on her own. I didn't send her the directions to sign up. I said, hey, Robin, call me, and I'm going to walk you through and tell you exactly what to do. So now Robin is my new bestie. So I only take about 3 people underneath my, I don't know if I said that before, only 3 people. I've done this from the beginning. I've worked with everybody, but I work very closely with people that want it. So I called her on the phone, walked her through the thing. I said, okay, Robin, I want you to post on social media. First thing she said was, no, Amy, Russ and I want to have results before I post. And I said, girl, no, this is what I want you to post. I'm like, I'm not asking you to tell people, don't you know some people have autoimmune diseases? Don't you know? And this lady's a strong personality like me. And so, but I'm still pushing back. Do you see what I'm saying? Because she's just scared to post because she's thinking, what are my friends going to think? They're going to think that I'm pushing something. What if it's snake oil? What if it doesn't work for me and Russ? Never tried the products, okay? And I said, you have to give these products 3 to 6 months. Always say that. You have to give these products 3 to 6 months. If you're not willing to do that, these are not the products for you, okay? Don't sell weight loss. I do not sell weight loss. I say, I lost 20 pounds, but it's because I don't eat half a pint of Haagen-Dazs every night because my blood sugar is balanced, so my sugar cravings are balanced. So do you see how I turned it around? Because if people go into this thinking they're going to have these amazing results right away, you're setting yourself up. You're not super confident telling them to share, then they're not going to share. If you don't get them going within the first 2 weeks, I truly believe they will pretty much fall off, because that has been my experience. You need to get them going almost immediately. So I told Robin and Russ, post on social media. I said, girl, as soon as somebody posts, and a few people said, what are you doing, Robin? What are you doing? I sent her a message. Hey, Elizabeth, I don't know much about Plexus, but my friend Amy does. So I started a 3-way so she could tell you her story. Amy, this is my friend Elizabeth. Tell her your story. I even write up the verbiage and send it to her and say, put us in a 3-way with this verbiage. She doesn't have to do anything. She just has to copy and paste, okay? And then I'm in the 3-way. Hopefully I can get Elizabeth to sign up. Does that make sense? Then I do the same thing with Elizabeth and her people, because I don't want Robin to have to work at all hardly, because she doesn't know what she's doing. I'm providing on-the-job training. I only want her watching me, observing me. She can do more above and beyond me, but truthfully, I want this to be as easy as possible. I'm the expert, she's not. So you're the expert, they're not. So then I get, Elizabeth signed up, maybe somebody else. So I'm in all these little 3-ways. Then I tell Robin, get a Zoom going with 3 to 5 of your closest friends. And she's like, I don't know, it's going to be hard. What is it? It's a video conference. Let me send you a link real quick. Click it, and I'll show you how easy it is. She does it. Then I say, find 3 to 5 people. You don't want more than that because you can't bond with them. If she can get me 20 people, that's great. I will divide that up 5 different ways. Does that make sense? You want to bond with people. It's relationship marketing. I can't bond with all of you right now. But if I was on a call with just 3 or 4 of you, I would know your life story in 20 minutes, because that's usually how women work. Okay, we can bond very quickly. We can get a lot out in a very short time. So work with them intimately. I do not send them videos. I have a video toolbox that sometimes I'll send out, but half the videos aren't even compliant, taken down. I haven't even updated it because half the people don't look at it. you have that small percentage of green personalities that want all of that. The detail people, okay? They want all of that. So if they're that kind of personality, I will send them that stuff. But those people usually get bogged down with so much information and trying to learn that they don't actually put action into it, so they don't see the money. If you show people the money right away, if you show people how to help people right away and they see it, they'll stick with you, okay? So they can learn later. You don't have to, I didn't know what, my upline, I was like a senior gold before I even knew what blood sugar balancing was. I was like, what is she talking about? Like, why does she keep saying blood sugar balance? So like, I didn't even understand insulin, cortisol. I knew none of that. So that's what I do. There's no like perfect steps. I can send it to y'all. I do have like 7 steps for the people that are like, I need these steps. I mean, I haven't even checked them since the back office, but there are 7 steps and then a video toolbox for some people. But I just feel like if you can just, you intimately work with your level 1s very closely and just go, 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 that's the most success you'll have. And if you're on this call right now and you haven't been doing that, why not start tomorrow? Reach out to your level 1 and say, Katie, can you get 3 to 5 people on a Zoom with me? Hey, Rachel, what can we do a power hour tomorrow? Do you have your 100 contact list ready? Let's do this. Hey, Terry, hey, can you get a Zoom together? Can you get a party at your house? I'm doing a party Friday night for a girl in this town because I wouldn't leave her alone. I was like, get people together at your house. And so she is, but I've been bugging her forever.
Okay, let me ask you this question. It sounds as though if I were to sign up with Amy Paul today as your new level 1 ambassador, it sounds like you're going to be a tad bit bossy with me. Am I correct? Okay, a tad. Yeah. Now, fast forward, and I am Brooke Hemingway, where she's at now. Are you still like that with your people, or you're way backed off and you're letting them run with it? Okay.
Oh, goodness. When she hit Emerald, I was like, get your own team page and we're done. Like, love you so much. I mean, but it's funny because she's a diamond. She'll hit Emerald next month, I think, on her reentry. Like she's crazy. I call her the alien. But anyways, that's like my affectionate name for her.
Okay, and even if it's not
as a diamond.
Even if it's not necessarily a Brooke Hemingway, that what I'm trying to get across here is you've got to reach a point with your people where you're not doing everything for them. And if it's constantly like that all the way along, they're just a check collector. You don't really need that, and it's maybe time to move on to someone who really wants the business. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make, so that you're not, did you hear Amy say, like, she works with everyone, but she really works hard with the people who really want it? Don't waste, I hate to word it this way, but I don't know how else to say it. Don't waste time on people who continually show you they don't want the business. They may be collecting a check every month, and there's not a whole lot you can do with that, but spend the majority of your time with those people that want the business as much or even more than you do. If you've got people that are craving it even more than you do, that's huge. So spend your time investing in those people. Does that make sense? That was kind of the point I was trying to make, was you're doing all these things for people, but it's when they're first getting started. It's when they're silver and when they're gold, not when they're senior ruby and not doing anything for it. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Okay. Do you do the same thing, Amy? Everything you just talked about we're having an event, get your people together, all this and that. Do you do the same thing, even if they've told you, I only want to sign up to get the cheaper prices, I'm not going to work the business?
I don't sign them up. So remember, I'm like bossy. So I'm like, if they're not willing to work the business, usually I tell them, I'm like, well, that's great. You can be a wholesale ambassador and still get a really good cost. Like, that's what I tell them. Like, because why am I going to have a bunch of people that aren't willing to post on social media? Usually after, like, I don't know how like the contest and stuff, I make no points for PV because I literally have like 2 customers. Because after I'm done talking to them, I've convinced them to post on social media. Like, I'm like, why would you not post? Like, how many people do you know that suffer from these things? All I'm asking you to do is find a couple. So, but qualify them. I would tell y'all not to sign people up unless you qualify them. It's very important because you will have a ton of white lines and it discourages you. White lines are people in your back office that go off and you're looking at your back office and you're like, oh, why isn't Rachel working? Why isn't Terry working? They didn't want to work. They just wanted a cheap price. Why are you trying to make them work? They didn't want to work. So the thing is like, ask people up front. It's only a few bucks. I mean, most people don't want to do their social and go through the rigmarole anyways to sign up if they don't want to work. So just tell them, sign up as a wholesale ambassador, and if you can think of a few people, we'll upgrade you later. And then maybe I can help you get your products paid for when you're ready to post on social media or tell a few people.
Okay, now hold on just a second. Because you said sign them up as a wholesale ambassador. Is that what you mean, or do you mean preferred customer?
Preferred customer.
Okay, so you're saying if someone's telling you, I don't want to work the business, I'm going to sign them as a customer, not as an ambassador. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know how they would sign up as an ambassador. I usually walk people through or send them the steps. Like, I've never really had somebody just show up in my back office that I've been working with.
Yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is I have people that have said, I want to do Plexus, and what Jana and I call it, and we may differ here, and that's okay. What Jana and I call it is leading with the business. And so you come to me and you say, I want to sign up. I want to get Plexus. I want to do the triplex. Okay, well, you've got two options. You can sign up to get wholesale prices, and we present the ambassador prices, but as someone who's just wanting cheaper prices. Or you can sign up as a customer. The prices aren't quite as good. You still get the 60-day money-back guarantee, blah, 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 blah. Are you saying you wouldn't do that? You would sign those people as a customer and not worry about the whole wholesale ambassador gig?
Yeah, like when you say you can get the cheapest price as a wholesale ambassador, I would say if you're willing to share. So you can get the cheapest, like you can sign up as a wholesale ambassador if you're willing to share with 3 people. If not, let's sign you up as a preferred customer. We'll upgrade you later.
Okay.
Because usually those people fall off because they just want to try Plexus. And then you end up with all these white lines. That's how it was in my business. So I switched it over to where I would qualify them and getting them business focused before I would sign them.
Okay. I like that. Qualify them. And I also wanted to point out, I can't remember where I read this at, but something was talking about how you refer to people is what they're going to be. So if you have people who are wholesale ambassadors, and if you don't understand what we're talking about here, what we mean is someone who signs up the same way you did, they put in their social, they become an ambassador, but they simply just want cheaper prices. So they don't have any interest in working the business. They're just there to get cheaper prices. But as I was reading this, what you call people is what they're going to be. It struck me that if we keep calling people wholesale ambassadors, that's probably all they're ever going to be. If we'll refer to them as an ambassador on my team who has great potential, that's a little bit of a long title, but if we'll refer to them as something more positive, that may be what they become. Okay. My husband's laughing at me. I think he just heard me say that's a long title. I'm reading a question. Okay, I'll get back to some of the questions that are being sent to me privately here in just a minute if we have time, and we may not, but we'll try our hardest. I'm going to skip to the very last question I sent you, Amy. People say passion is the key to this business. How do you help new or seasoned team members harness the right level of passion?
Wow. I mean, everyone's different. Like, you hear me, I've always been passionate in my, like, I don't know, it just comes naturally for me. Other people, they have to work on it. So I think the more, and this is where I think some people get bogged down with, the more you know, the more passionately you can speak about things. So they wait and they think if they learn everything about Plexus, every single ingredient, they'll be fine. They can talk to everyone. with this passion because they know everything, but you don't really know everything. Like there's always going to be somebody that stumps you. So I would say like, you just have to, I don't know, Amber, like you just have to get out there and like become more and more passionate, because it gets easier the more you try. Like I still get super nervous. Like if I'm talking to professionals, I went out to a bank party the other night. We got invited to a bank party. You think that has anything to do with our income level? Like they see our checks going in. I was like, we're like new to this town, and now we're like invited to the bank party. It was creepy. Everybody there were like lawyers and doctors and dentists and all of this stuff. And I was like, okay, this is where I need to be. Because like once you realize if you start reaching above your social tier, your business will explode even faster too. And it's scary. It is so scary. Like reaching out to Brooke Hemingway was the scariest thing I've ever done. And when she said, finally after a year said, okay, I'm in, I didn't answer her for 2 days. I was like, oh, what do I do? I don't know what to do. But I faked it. She saw me as this confident person that had all these friends, and she was a sort of an introvert, and so she saw me differently than what I did. So I went to this bank party and I was so excited. But instead of talking Plexus, I said, oh, we work for a health and wellness company. All I did was get them on my Facebook feed. So I have 6 dentists on my Facebook feed right now from the other night at the bank party. So reach above your social tier, and that's going to help you too. But you just have to just start I don't know, stand in front of the mirror and start talking to yourself. I tell people all the time, I don't know how I'm passionate, but inside, when I first started Plexus, I was cringing. I was sweaty and red faced. You know how you get and somebody asks you a question, or at meetings, I'd be sitting there. I grew my business on Kauai. Do you know how holistic the people are there? They eat kale salads and smoothies for fun. They do not, a soda, no, there's not soda going around. My girlfriends are all stick thin after babies and don't eat a hamburger. Okay. I'm the only, I was the outsider. So when I would do parties, people would ask me crazy questions. And I'm like, oh, Rachel, that is a great question. I have so much information. As soon as we're done with this meeting and I go home, I'll send it to you. Okay, Jeannie, what were you asking? I don't even give them the time of day. Do you see? Because your passion will start to go down, because you start to get insecure and you start to get nervous. So just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. Somebody asks you a question, just say, that's a great question. I have so much information. I'll email that to you when I get home. And then that lets you off the hook of being scared.
Mm-hmm. Here is where knowing you, Amy, getting to know you even better, here's where I think so much of Amy's passion comes from is, I'll just speak a little truth to you here. Amy believes what the Lord says about her rather than what the world says about her. And when you make that mindset switch, everything changes. And I'm not going to start preaching one of my sermons here, hold on, but when you start truly believing that you are what God says you are and you are who He says you are, your passion, your excitement, your positivity level, it changes drastically. For some, it's time to download that app that Sonia Dudley's talked about, Repeat It. Is it just called Repeat It or Repeat It Again or something? And have those positive affirmations. And within those positive affirmations, let some of them just be straight up scripture. Remind yourself every single day that you are God's and you are what He says you are. I get so sick and tired of this happened tonight at dinner. The sweet gal serving us, she kept apologizing to us over and over and over. She wasn't doing anything wrong. And I said to Jonathan, I can't stand it when people apologize this much. And I didn't want to say anything because her boss was right there, her manager. I wanted to slip her a note or something that said, you're doing a great job. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this, and you won't feel the need to keep apologizing to people because you won't even realize you might be doing something wrong. So believe in yourself, have that passion and that excitement. Amy Paul, I love you dearly. I'm so grateful for you and for pouring into our team. And I got to tell you, this is exactly what we needed at the exact moment we needed it. So thank you very much. Thank you to Eric for loaning you to us for an hour here and your babies. But we'll go ahead and close out. I'll stick around for a little bit of what we call our after party if anyone wants to hang out. And we'll go ahead and close. I'll just close with some prayer real quick. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this time with Amy. Lord, I just thank you for her friendship. I thank you for just what a great leader she is in our business and in our company. Lord, I just pray that you will just continue to bless her and Eric and their children. Lord, there in Florida, Lord, we just thank you so much for what you're doing for them, for what you're doing through them. And just pray that you will just continue that. Lord, we thank you for Plexus. We thank you for this good gift that comes from above that you have given us. In your name we pray. Amen. Amy, did you have anything else you wanted to add, or are you good? I mean, I don't know what else to add, but.
No, I'm good. But thank y'all for having me on. I love Amber and Jana. Amy, I see Amy on here. I know a couple other people. Rachel, let's see who else I know. Jackie. It's so cool because you get to know all these new friends. And that's one thing. Isn't this awesome? I have so many new friends because of Plexus. Yeah. I was like, I had no friends first. Like, I mean, literally, I had hardly any friends. When you have 7 kids in 9 years, like, you have no social life. So, thank y'all. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and